Mrs. Jones, when are you moving out?
What? Mr. Sutton, now this was unexpected.
You living in this condo is an eyesore to us. We suggest you pack up and move out immediately.
Mr. Sutton, aren't you working for the management company? I think it's a bit inappropriate to send a text like that. I think you're being out of line.
What? A poor person telling me I'm out of line?
Huh?
We have a legit reason here.
You think I'm poor and that gives you enough reason to kick me out? Not only is it not a reason for me to move out, but I don't think you even have the right to tell me that.
Does that mean you don't notice how annoying you are to this real estate property?
Who? Me? I generally keep to myself.
Correct. A poor person like you living here is a liability to us. I suggest you move out before things get ugly.
Mistaking me for a poor resident and trying to kick me out is quite rude. You have absolutely no right to try and force me out of my home. I'm not allowing you to do such a thing.
I'm just saying the truth. You're poor. It hurts our business with people like you living here. This condo should be for people who are better off. They've earned their spot here by being successful in life. People like you give this condo a bad reputation.
What are you saying? That's crazy! Did someone tell you that, or did you come up with that pretentious idea on your own?
I can't reveal the source, but it's reliable information. So, I'm kicking you out.
You're saying the reason for kicking me out is because I look poor?
Hey lady, you don't look poor. You are poor. Yeah, and this place becomes run down with poor residents.
And you think somehow you have the power to do this?
Exactly. You poor people don't treat things properly, so you ruin them. That's why your unit is more run down than the other units with people who are better off living in them.
I think your imagination is running wild. I've never heard of a person being kicked out of their home just because someone thinks they're poor.
Look, I work for a major real estate company that manages this building, so what I'm saying is real. I'm going to evict you by the end of next month and bill you for repair costs.
You can't bill me for that. I have no obligation to pay such a thing.
Residents like you hurt our business. Pay for all the damages and move out immediately.
Mr. Sutton, did you contact me on your own? If so, you better talk to your boss and stop this nonsense.
I'm the one in charge of managing the condo, and I'm not tolerating anything of this sort. That's why I'm telling you to move out.
Go on, say whatever. Clearly nothing I say is going to change your mind. I'm not dealing with you anymore.
I'm sending an eviction notice and invoice for repairs. Pay and move out. Trust me, you don't want to find out what happens if you resist.
Don't send me any of those. Mr. Sutton, like I said, I think it's in your best interest to talk to your boss right now. You know it's not right to do this. Are you listening?
Mrs. Jones, how many times did I tell you poor people to move out?
I thought I made it clear that I'm not going anywhere.
You didn't look over the bill yet? I left it in your mailbox. When are you going to pay for repairs? Like I've told you, you don't have a choice in this matter. Pay what you owe and move out.
Oh, I got the bill all right. And looked into it. But like I said before, I'm not paying a cent. You're charging a lot of money for absolutely nothing.
What? You selfish old woman.
Excuse me?
You're just a poor person hanging on to this run-down condo for years. Still trying to live here even when you are asked to move out. What you're doing is honestly quite embarrassing. Just do as you're told and move out. Get your pathetic ass out of this condo now. You're the one who's going to look bad, not me.
You know, you don't make any sense. You want to kick me and my family out that bad?
Finally, it seems like you're getting it through that old dusty head of yours. It's only right to look down on you poor people. By the way, I'm planning on raising the rent for this condo. Not only do you not belong here, soon you won't be able to afford to even live here.
You know you can't make that kind of decision on your own, Mr. Sutton.
You don't know anything, you old woman. I have the liberty to do anything I decide. The owner of the condo even allowed it.
The owner? Really?
Of course. Have you forgotten that I work for the real estate company? You must be going senile. Surely I'm going to be in close contact with the owner. Poor people like you need to move out. It's your fault for being poor, and it's only right that you get treated like this.
Unbelievable.
You know, I'm amazed at your stubbornness as well. Poor people can't live in this condo. The owner personally told me I had permission to kick you out.
Are you sure about that?
Of course. How dare you question me?
Well then, we aren't going to move out. But I guess we just have to cancel the contract we have with your company.
Huh? What contract? You're making no sense. What are you saying? What do you mean, contract?
I'm the owner of this building. You don't mean you really didn't know, did you?
What? Owner? You're not the owner.
If you don't understand, you better check and see. That's why I kept telling you to ask your boss. You were trying to kick the owner of this condo out. Don't you think that's crazy?
Huh? What? You're the owner?
Exactly. Mr. Sutton, you're just an employee at the management company. Did you think you could kick me out? Everyone knows you don't have the right to kick me out. I'm just thinking you wanted the money for repairs more than kicking me out.
Wait a minute, Mrs. Jones. Are you really the owner? I can't seem to wrap my head around the idea.
I really don't care if you can't wrap your head around it or not. I didn't think a millennial employee working for a real estate company would even treat me this way. Poor people need to move out? That's so crazy. I own 15 other buildings as well. I am quite far from being poor like you claim I am.
What? Are you kidding?
Were you trying to label me as a poor person just because I've been living here for a long time? You gotta be kidding me. So, tell me exactly what this invoice is for.
Wait, please wait. I think I got it all wrong.
You certainly did. You actually couldn't have been more wrong. What were you going to do with the false invoice?
What do you mean false? It's an official invoice, can't you see? Never mind, you don't have to pay. I had no idea that you were the owner of the building. So it's actually my mistake. I admit that, so let's just put it all behind us. You can just throw that invoice away.
Did you think you could get away with this?
Huh?
You sent me a fake invoice. I'm the owner of this building, you know. Of course I know there are no plans for repairing anything here. What you did sounds to me a bit like you were trying to trick me out of money.
No, I wasn't. I was going to get approval from my boss later.
In other words, you haven't gotten it approved from your boss. And you certainly haven't notified me, the owner. So you've taken it upon yourself to create a false invoice without letting anyone know about it.
Yeah, I guess you can put it that way at this point.
Unbelievable. Are you aware that you committed a crime? What you've done is nothing short of an attempted scam. You tried to make me pay for repairs on a building I own that were completely unnecessary. You're a real con artist.
No need to get all hot about this. I said I was sorry. I didn't think it was such a big deal. Like I said, I was going to report it to my boss eventually. It was just a misunderstanding. Since you're the owner, I really don't have anything more to say. My apologies.
You don't think you're getting away with just an apology, do you? I will report this matter to your company.
You don't need to do that. Why would you bother? I don't think that's necessary. We can just settle things now.
You confronted me to pay for something totally uncalled for. You probably did the same thing to other residents as well. That reminds me, I've noticed more residents moving out and thought that to be pretty odd. I have a feeling that you're the reason for the residents moving out recently. Due to recent information coming to light, I think it's best to investigate further into this matter.
No, wait a minute. That's so unnecessary. I didn't do anything, I swear. What I did to you was the first time I tried something like that. I don't know what got into me.
You don't know what got into you? What kind of excuse is that? But if you say you didn't do anything, it shouldn't hurt if it's investigated, right? I'll have the appropriate people look into this matter. It should be nothing of your concern if you're really clean.
Oh, come on, let's not. Please don't. I really didn't do anything.
What you didn't do is follow your job like you were supposed to. But you sure did a whole lot of other things. I don't want to have to deal with you hereafter. So I'm planning to consign the management of my 15 other properties to a different company. I can't have a company that hires someone like you manage my real estate.
Huh? What do you mean?
It means I'm firing your company. Since you are in charge of the building, it gave me an opportunity to reassess the contract. I don't want to have a real estate company with an employee that disrespects poor people manage my properties.
If you cancel the contract for 15 buildings, that'll be so bad. Especially if I'm the reason for why you do it. You're just kidding, right? You wouldn't actually cancel the contract, would you?
I'm dead serious, young man. You better think very long about what led to this happening. You tried to wrongfully evict me and scam me out of my money. Those are both very serious crimes.
I'm so sorry. Let's please put it behind us. Why didn't you just tell me you were the owner? We could have avoided all of this. This would have never happened.
Now you're blaming me? Even if you didn't do this to me, you would have done this to some other residents. In a way, I'm happy it was me. Although, until we do the investigation, who knows if you've done something similar to the other residents.
I told you I didn't. Just drop it.
Sorry, I can't and I won't. In fact, I think I'll be getting the police involved. So use this opportunity and start your life over. After that, I contacted Mr. Sutton's boss. I reported everything that happened. When Mr. Sutton got called down to his boss's office, I heard he was crying like a baby and begging not to be fired. He didn't only lose all the properties he was managing for me, he immediately lost his job. No surprises there. It turned out I was right. He was scamming the other residents just like he tried to do to me. It came to light that he tricked 6 other residents to pay for unnecessary repairs and even made them leave their homes. I went to the police and pressed charges against Mr. Sutton. He was sued by the residents he tricked to get their money back, plus he got sued for damages from kicking them out of their homes. I sure hope he saved up that money he took from those poor people, because he's definitely going to need it. Especially since the money he has to pay is way more than the money he scammed from them. Since you reap what you sow, he's going to have to work hard to pay all this back. He's lucky that he didn't get thrown in jail for what he did. Although his life is pretty much totally ruined, and every waking second is now devoted to paying back his victims. He says he has no hope for the future. People who commit crime should have to pay for what they did. With this incident, the management company apologized and settled with me for the trouble they put me through. I was also able to make a contract with better conditions and find a more reputable company to manage my property. By putting a criminal away, good things are happening for me. I'm proud that I could make this situation right. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button.